2025 is going to be one of the most craziest years for content agencies. You see, some agencies are making more money than they ever have before, while others are struggling to land clients. And it's probably only going to get worse in the coming years. The content agency space is getting highly saturated. We are at the beginning of a new world demanding new skills, new systems, and completely new focus points. And if you don't change anything about how you run your current agency, I'm sorry, but it's going to be a hard year for you. You see, I don't really want to scare you, but the intro of this video really depicts a very real scenario that many content agencies are now facing. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 essential skills that you must master as a content agency owner in 2025. So with that being said, let's dive in. So the first skill that we're going to be talking about is learning how to use AI inside of your content agency. AI isn't the future, it's the now. There's going to be 2 scenarios in the AI space. The first scenario is you're not going to learn how to use it. You stay complacent, you continue to do the exact same thing that you're doing right now, and then AI is going to replace you. You see, there's so many different tools that are coming out right now. It is absolutely crazy. It seems like every single month there is a new tool. There's an updated version of OpenAI or Claude or ChatGPT. There's just more and more advancements coming out every single month. And now you don't have to be a AI wizard. You don't have to be an absolute guru when it comes to it, but you need to learn how to leverage it. Because here's the thing, with AI, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2 anymore. 1 + 1 now equals 10. When you learn how to leverage AI inside of your business, your output is going to increase a lot more. So you're going to be putting the same amount of energy, but a lot more is going to come out of that. And that is what we call leverage. So there's a few ways that I actually use AI inside of my business. The first way is I have a fully custom trained GPT that is specifically designed to help you make content. It is trained on my business. It is trained on how I speak. It is trained on my competitors. It is trained on my best performing videos. Honestly, this GPT knows more about me and my business than I probably know about myself. And I use that AI for literally everything. I use it for my newsletters. I use it for my content. I am using it for this YouTube video. I use it for my funnels. I use it for my ads, everything. I've honestly become a little bit too over reliant on it. So what used to take me hours and hours and hours a week to accomplish what I'm doing right now, it's literally taking me half the time. So I can now use that time to work on other important things that's going to help me make more money, which is very important. Another way that we're using AI right now is we have built a custom chatbot that we're using for our local business clients. Because what our offer is we're helping these local businesses get more leads with content and ads. But one of the biggest constraints that we saw was the actual appointment setting side of things. Because there's a few ways that you can do it. You can either build an in-house setter team, an ISA team, like a call center, which I didn't want to do, or we can just run DM ads to the person's Instagram and then have an AI bot just book appointments straight in there. And you can also do those lead forms and just do it through SMS. So instead of paying a full ISA team, wasting all of my energy, all of my time, even cutting into my margins, I can just build this one AI bot once, pay a subscription, and leverage that to get my clients amazing results. So I'm making more money, I'm getting my clients better results, and I'm not really doing much work because you just build it once and then you have it running. Now, of course, you have to optimize it, you have to tweak it, you have to make sure that it's continuing to do good work. But the thing is with AI, once you build something once, it works 24/7. It doesn't call out sick. It does whatever you literally want it to do. And another way that we leverage AI is through our onboarding process. So we have built this custom AI automation, this custom agent that essentially takes all of the information from the onboarding form that the client has filled out to do tons of market research on their ICP, on their offer, on the messaging, on a content plan, competitors, everything. So right when somebody fills out their onboarding form, we're getting all of this information that is super valuable that 1, we can present to the client, but 2, we can also use for ourselves. And again, this isn't taking us any time. We've built the system once and it does it for us. I'm actually releasing a Instagram video talking more about this. It's going to be a lead magnet. So maybe I've posted it by now. I'm not sure, but go on my Instagram and make sure to check that video out. So learn how to leverage AI, because if you don't, you're literally going to get outpaced by people like me and other agencies out there that are implementing AI inside of their business. The next skill that you really want to learn is marketing. Now, I know this is a very broad term, but as a content agency, you truly need to know how to take a complete stranger into a paying customer. You need to know how to do that with content, with your ads, with your email. You need to learn how to build marketing funnels that is going to do that in a very short amount of time, because there's something called the sales cycle. It's basically how long is someone going to take before they actually purchase from you. And there's also the Google 7-11 rule, that it takes someone 7 hours of watching your content across 11 different times before they decide to purchase from you. And if you don't understand that, well, then you don't understand marketing. You see, a lot of content agencies just know top of funnel content, which is just designed to get views, which is just designed to increase engagement, but they don't know how to actually make content that's going to make you money, but also your clients money. So not only do you need to learn how to just script videos, but you also need to learn how to create emails, how to create ad creatives, how to create landing pages, how to create VSLs. These are all things that you need to learn how to do, because something that I'm going to be talking about in this video is the bigger problems that you solve, the more money that you're going to be making. So you have to stack your skill sets, learn more skill sets, do better for your clients, get them better results, help them solve a bigger problem, and in return, your income will increase as well. And you also need to understand the 4 levels of buyer's awareness. There's unaware, there's problem aware, there's solution aware, and then there's product aware. You see, at every different level, it requires different types of marketing material. To give you a very simple example, let's just say that I had a headache, but I didn't really know why. Like, I just know that whenever I wake up with migraines, I get dizzy, my head hurts, but I'm unaware of the problem. So that's unaware. Now let's talk about problem aware. Let's just say I go on YouTube and I search up, why does my head hurt? And I stumble across this video where it talks about 5 reasons why your head might hurt. And then I really resonate with number 2 because I have those symptoms. Now I know that my problem is I have high blood pressure. So now I am problem aware that I have high blood pressure. Now that I'm problem aware, what do you think I'm going to search up? How do I lower my blood pressure? So I stumble across this video that talks about 5 things that I need to do in order to lower my blood pressure. So now I'm solution aware. That's a solution aware video. And let's just say one of the tips was you need to go to a doctor and get medication, get prescribed medication. So now I'm solution aware. Now what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to search up the best doctors in my areas, and I'm going to start to look at testimonials, reviews, whatever the case is, because I am now product aware. I know now what I'm looking for. So you see how at each step of the stage, it requires different types of content, different types of marketing material. And that's something that you need to understand, which goes into number 3. You need to understand the big 3 when it comes down to marketing, which is understanding who your ICP is, your ideal client, understanding and having a good offer, and your messaging. So the 4 levels of buyer's awareness plays a big role in like how deeply do you understand your ICP? Because let's just say that I'm targeting real estate agents. Real estate agents is still kind of broad. Am I targeting real estate agents who are beginners? Am I targeting real estate agents who are already running ads? Am I targeting real estate agents who are only doing cold outreach? So you need to really understand who you're targeting, because if you don't know who you're targeting, then you're not going to know what to offer them, because you're not going to know what they really want, what they struggle with, and what their goals are. And that goes into messaging. You're not going to know the proper things to say in order to convince them that you are the go-to solution. So those are going to be the 3 things that you're going to need to understand when it comes down to marketing. The next skill that you're going to want to learn is ads. Learn how to run paid ads for yourself. If you're still doing cold outreach, if you're still relying on referrals, which is a great thing, continue to do those things, but ads is the most leveraged thing that you can do for your business. If you do not have a packed out sales calendar right now, you need to run ads. The biggest agencies right now in the game, their pipeline is always full with leads. Even if they're at capacity, they build a waiting list, but they never stop running ads. And it's for good reason. It's because you have the power to say no to bad clients. And a lot of people are saying yes to everyone and anyone, even if they truly know that they're not a good fit, which is a big problem. You want to work with clients who you can actually help, and you also want to work with people who can actually afford your service. And the way that you're going to do that is by attracting the people instead of chasing them. So you want to learn how to have clients come to you instead of you chasing them, which is why I teach the content leverage funnel, which is the funnel that I use to scale my agency, but also the funnel that I teach other content agency owners. It's leveraging content and ads to do all of the work for you, prospecting, nurturing, and selling for you. Because once you learn how to run ads for yourself successfully, you're booking calls, you're closing deals, then you now know how to run ads for your clients. And that is such a huge value add. And that goes back to the thing that I was talking about. The more that you can do for your clients, the more problems that you can solve for them, the better, the more money that you'll be able to make. And running ads for your clients is something that really isn't that hard, especially in the local business space. Now, if it's for a different industry, a more sophisticated industry like e-com, that's a different story, but we mainly target local businesses. It is a very important skill to learn. It's one that's going to serve you for the rest of your career, especially if you're planning on being in this space for a while. And it's something that's only going to help you make more money. You don't want to be that person that only services cool videos. You need to sell revenue and not just content. And that is going to be a skill that's going to help you sell revenue. Because just think about how much more confident you'll be able to actually sell your service if you know for a fact that once, like if they pay you 4K a month, you know that you're going to make them 20K, 5x their investment. Think about the confidence that you're going to have. Because I'm sure that many of you have gotten an objection. Oh, how much money am I going to make from this? Like, what's the expected ROI? How do I know I can get results from this? And you just sit there and like, oh, I don't know. That's a shitty place to be. The next skill that you're going to want to learn is sales. You need to learn how to sell yourself. The people who are winning in this game are the best at selling themselves. And I know this is something that you probably don't want to learn. Oh, I don't want to have to learn how to sell. Can I just hire a closer? You could, but majority of the business owners that are very successful typically come from a sales background. And it's because they know how to bring money in. You see, sales and marketing is the lifeline of your business. If you don't have money coming in, how can you pay yourself? How can you pay your employees? How can you do anything? You can't. So your job as a CEO is to make sure that money is coming into the business. And sales is such an important skill to learn. You also want to learn how to run sales teams. Now, this isn't a huge thing, but you want to learn how to manage appointment setters, closers. This is a skill that I'm learning right now because I know it's a skill that I'm going to have to implement into my service delivery if I really really want to hit the goals that I want to hit. Because again, the more problems that you are solving for a client, the more money you'll be able to make. And sales is a huge part of that. Doesn't matter if you're producing qualified leads for your clients. If they're not closing those deals, they're not making any money, period. And if they're not making any money, they're going to stop paying you. That's why you need to learn how to manage a sales team. You need to learn sales systems. What happens after they book a call? How do I make sure that the prospect is actually showing up to this call, but also showing up educated to make a decision? These are all things that you need to understand. You need to understand KPIs. That's another skill in of itself. I think that's like a bonus skill. Understand business numbers, KPIs, because you don't want to make decisions based off of an emotional state. You need to be able to look at numbers, look at your close rate, look at your show up rate, look at your cost per booked call, look at that and be able to make decisions from a factual standpoint. And the last skill is leadership. This is a huge one. Again, this is something that I'm learning right now. You need to learn how to lead people because your team is only as good as you are. And the type of talent that you're going to be attracting to your business really all depends on you as well, on how good of a leader you are. You see, here's the thing, people want to be led. They want to follow a leader. Like, I'm sure that you have that friend group where you kind of just know who the leader is. And it's like, if this guy gets in a fight, we're going to be in good hands. That's a leader. You have trust in him. You feel confident around him. I'll never forget this. I went to Agency Founders, which is Eddie Malouf's event, and I'm going to give Eddie Malouf his flowers because he deserves this because I saw this firsthand, but I was talking to his closer, and the way that his closer was talking about Eddie was truly inspiring. Like, he loves working for bad marketing for the agency. And this closer for sure could leave the company and go make his own offer and go build his own business, but he just genuinely loves working for the company. He genuinely loves working for Eddie. That is something that is so inspiring. Imagine having a team, and not VAs, an actual team, talk so highly about you. Like, they love working for you. They're literally bragging to their friends about, this is my boss. And that is being a great leader. And here's 3 important things that I've learned from myself on what it takes to be a good leader. And by no means am I an expert at this. This is going to be an ongoing thing that I'm going to learn for the rest of my life. But these are 3 things that have helped me. The first thing is you need to have a vision. If you don't have a vision for yourself or the company, how can you motivate other people to work for you? Your vision needs to be big too. And you always need to be communicating that vision to your team. Also, if you don't have a vision, how do you know where you're working towards? That's when you get stuck in the motions. That's when you get burnt out because you don't know what you're working towards. So you need to have a vision for you, but also for the company. And you need to be communicating that vision on a weekly basis to your team. The second thing, and this is actually managing your team, is you need to have set KPIs for each team member, whatever that is. Whether it's an editor, what is that KPI that I can track this team member on to determine whether or not he's actually doing his work at a good rate or not? Maybe that's a certain amount of views. Maybe that's a certain amount of edits. Same thing with your sales team. You need to set KPIs because numbers don't lie. You see, the problem is a lot of people will hire people, they won't set KPIs, and then when they're telling their team, it's like, oh, I feel like you're not really working that hard. That's like the worst place to be at because you can't prove that. But when you have KPIs, like, hey man, this is what I need you to do, and you can clearly tell that they're not doing it. It's like, hey bro, look at the numbers, right? And you have a way to actually hold them accountable. And the last thing is communication. You need to be communicating with your team, not only the vision, but genuinely caring about them as well. Now, you don't need to be their best friend necessarily, but you need to be talking about them. You can't just tell them, hey, do this, and that's it. Build a relationship with them. Also, ask for feedback. How can we be better as a company? How are things? Please give me feedback. Because if you ask them that and they give you some genuinely good feedback and you fix things, then they're going to feel like they're being heard and that they actually matter to the company, which is only going to allow them to perform even better. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Please do me a favor and leave a comment down below on which skill you are going to be putting most of your attention in this year. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.